If you clicked on this video, your own mind is your worst enemy. The overthinking, the self-doubt, the what ifs. It's exhausting, isn't it? I know it is, because I've been there myself. I will tell you how to take control and stop these self-sabotaging thoughts from dominating your life. I've been an overthinker all my life, and I have personally used this formula to drastically reduce negative thinking and take back control of my life. This process involves only 3 steps, and I'll give you a little bonus tip at the end. So the reason overthinking is even worse with us introverts is that because we don't socialize as much as extroverts, we are more often with just ourselves. And when we are with just ourselves, we are with our thoughts. Now, if you're an overthinker, then this is not a great place to be. Essentially, if you're struggling with it, it means that every time that you are by yourself, you are going to be overthinking negatively about things, and you want to get out of this place ASAP. As an overthinker and an introvert myself, this totally ruined my mental health. I would overthink everything. I wouldn't take actions on the things that I needed to take action on to change my life. And it just would derail me from actually living the life that I wanted. And I don't want that for you. Thankfully, when I used these steps, everything changed. So listen up. The first, and to me the most important step, is practicing presence. Now, I believe this is the most important because it's the total opposite of what overthinking is. When we are overthinking, our focus is inward, it's up here. We are constantly thinking about what we are thinking and what those thoughts mean. It's not a good place to be. With presence, what you do is the total opposite. You become present. You look around and you see the things around you, and you switch your focus from an inward perspective to an outward perspective. And we want to do this because, like I said, it's the total opposite of what overthinking is. And because overthinking isn't so great, we need to move from it as much as possible. That's the goal. Now, to get this type of presence, you need mindfulness meditation. And I know you've heard it before. Maybe it's hard, you've tried it, didn't work. You need to stick with it. It won't work so much at first. You'll get a little benefit, a little bonus, like a pump in the gym. But to get the real lasting benefits, you're going to have to stick with it for an extended period of time. It didn't work for me in the beginning, but I did it again and again and again, and it ended up having a very positive impact on my mind. Now, we do not want something that is so challenging that we will not do it. And we don't want something that is so easy that it won't give us any benefits. So we need to find a middle ground. We need to find something that's challenging enough to push us forward, but easy enough so that we can actually consistently, ideally daily, stick with it. My recommendation is 10 minutes. 15 minutes you can go, oh, it's a bit too much. 5 minutes you can go, oh, it's a bit too little. 10 minutes I think is a sweet spot, but it might differ with you, especially in the beginning and when you're more experienced, so adjust accordingly. The most important thing is to just do it consistently. Whatever works. Now, obviously, you won't say, oh, 5 seconds. You know, that won't do much, obviously. But you need to find a sweet spot. In my opinion, 10 minutes is great. And an important thing is you should meditate daily, if possible, maybe even 2-3 times a day, whatever you want. But my focus is 10 minutes once a day, consistently. But not just that, when you are not meditating, you need to practice the act of meditation in the sense of being present. You need to be aware of everything. Just when you are meditating and you are aware of your thoughts and you're just watching them, you're detached from it, you don't attach to them. Through your daily life, you need to do the same thing with a lot of things that happen. You need to be present. You need to be in an observer's perspective. And that's the point of meditation, to have the effects in your real life. So practice that as well. Practice the act of meditation when you are not meditating. Now, you will probably be shit at first. I was shit at first. And it's because it's a skill, man. It's just, you're going to have to develop it. You're going to have to meditate. The more you meditate, the better you will be at the presence and meditation skill. People try meditation and they go, oh, it doesn't work. But it's not supposed to work. If you go to the gym and you try to lift a heavy weight, you won't say, oh, the gym isn't for me. Like, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But we don't think of meditation this way because it's not as simple as heavy weight, tough to lift. It's different. It's in our mind, so the difficulty is more hidden. You need to practice it. It will probably be terrible at first. Like I said, for me, I just kept getting thoughts in my mind. I could not stay focused. But that's the whole point of meditation. You are doing meditation to go from someone that cannot focus to someone that can focus and be present. So, in a weird way, if you can't meditate, that means you need to meditate. If you started meditation and you did it beautifully, perfectly, you might not need meditation that much. So if you can't do it, flip it. Flip the mindset. It doesn't mean that you're not good at it. Well, it does, but that's not a bad thing. If you're not good at it, that means that you should be doing it. If you go to the gym and you can lift the heaviest weight, then you're strong already. Why lift? But if you go and you can't lift the smallest weight, you need to lift some weights. The second step, second habit, is journaling. And this is because when we overthink, we are commonly afraid of something. It might be that you are afraid of failure, you are afraid of other people's opinions of you, you are afraid of, death or an injury. Whatever it is, we are afraid of something. And the way journaling works is that you write down as much detail as you can, because what it does is it just organizes your thoughts and makes you, especially if you reread what you wrote, it makes you look at it in a more objective perspective, right? And with not so many emotions attached. It's a kind of a written meditation, so to speak. It's interesting. But what you do is you write down how you're feeling, what you're afraid of, to the best of your ability. It can be challenging to face these emotions and everything, but write that down because you need to face them. Write it down and just think to yourself, okay, read it back. What have I written? Why am I afraid of these things? You write those things down, you reread them. And like I said, it just organizes your thoughts. It's, if everything is like tangled up, it just untangles things and it's way more clear, like a line. So it allows you to know what to tackle, what you're running away from. And that is absolutely ideal in overcoming overthinking. But also train your, obviously, organizational skills and your rationalization skill. You will learn to look at things in a different perspective. Throughout our lives, because we are so attached to our emotions, to certain situations, we look at them and we go, okay, I'm afraid of this, don't do it. But when we write it down, we are able to look at it, like I said, in a more objective perspective. We are able to, I like to say, to zoom out. We are always zoomed in. We can't see the broader perspective of it. We're like, I'm afraid of this, I won't do it. But when we zoom out, we go, oh, maybe I shouldn't be afraid of this because of this and this. And this rationalization allows you to overcome overthinking, because all of a sudden, all the complexities that were in your mind were false. And you can choose not to have these complexities. And it might take you a while to achieve this state of mind, but it is possible. Now, the last step is not fun. And that's because it is the very thing you are running away from. And I know myself that it's not a fun thing to do, and that is to take action. The reason this is the best thing, like I said, is because it's a total opposite of overthinking. If you are overthinking, you need to do the opposite. You need to get out of that mindset. You need to put, if you're going to the left where overthinking is, you need to put a lot of resistance into going to the right, the opposite side, so that you run, not run, but you push through the challenges and you go as far away from overthinking as possible. Now, there are two ways to do this. The simplest and most easiest one is to take action on things that you are not really overthinking about. Things that are more simple, that are not so daunting to go against. And the reason this is not as effective, obviously, is because you still have in the back of your mind those big things that you are avoiding. However, it's still very noble to do this. It's still very good because you are training your taking action skill, the opposite of overthinking. Overthinking was just thinking, there's no action. With action, you go, okay, I might think these things, but I'm still going to act and do it regardless. This will obviously train your taking action skill. Now, the hardest version of it is tackling the biggest thing you are overthinking about, the one with the most anxiety, the most fear, the most anger, whatever it is, just tackle it. Now, I don't need to explain to you why this will be so good for you. You are literally just facing your fears head on and cutting the head of the snake, so to speak. It's just amazing. So that's the most difficult, but it's certainly worth it. If you do that, if every time you just focus, to be honest, just this one thing, it wins you the battles. It really does, because what overthinking does, it prevents you from taking action on the things that you need to take action on. So if you just focus on taking the action, so despite the overthinking, you win. Now, obviously, it would be good if we were able to do that and also reduce our overthinking. And that's where the presence and the journaling that I mentioned come in. Now, the bonus tip that I mentioned is you pick a little activity that is easy enough for you to do daily, but just hard enough so that overthinking in your mind takes place. This is ideal if it's something that you would believe needs planning. There's a lot of variables. Because, for example, if it's a push-up, you might not overthink so much. It's a push-up. It's a push-up. Now, if it's talking to someone or even making YouTube videos, you go, oh my God, what about the thumbnail, the title? And you just make them. It will improve a lot. So you meditate, journal daily, and use that little bonus tip, an activity that's easy to do. You can easily do it. But when you feel your mind overthinking a little bit, you go, it's not bad. Good, because this skill will go against that. It will go against the overthinking. And then, like I said, just take action. That's all for today. Strive for progress, not perfection.